How's it going, everyone? Uh, been seeing a lot of backlash with Cyberpunk 2077 after I did my review. Everyone got their hands on it, and they're obviously playing it. But from what I've seen, there's been a constant argument of, oh, well, people who are playing it on the old gen consoles, it's their fault for playing on the old gen consoles. The game is not made for old gen consoles. Okay, here's where you're wrong. It should be made for the old gen consoles because when they first started development with this game, it was 8 years ago. Do you remember 8 years ago? Very vaguely. But if you do remember from 8 years ago, just before they started development, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 just came out. So what consoles were they working with constantly every single day? Probably those two consoles and the PC. And the PC was still developing, so it was probably around the maybe 1080, 980 days. So you know, it's it's kind of insane because even Elon Musk has commented on the post that they made on Twitter for their two big patches that they're going to be doing in January and February, and if you want to return the game, then you can work with them to return the game. But the biggest issue is the people saying that, oh, the game's not supposed to be for the old gen console. People should know it's a new gen console game or a PC game and all this other stuff. No, they shouldn't know that. And plus, CD Projekt Red has said, oh yeah, it runs great on the old gen consoles or current consoles. Um, so I've just been seeing a lot of these arguments. Like, here's one. He says, "Okay, hear me out. This is CD Projekt Red game. We all know that their games are always riddled with bugs and performance issues on release. Always. Well, that's not a very good track record then if they're always like that. But we always know that they always patch them into high quality products we expect from them. Been like that with all three Witcher games." So I replied back to this gentleman and I said, okay, I see what you're saying, but here's the issue. I've seen the argument, um, but one took 8 years to make, and the other one took 3.5 years to make, Witcher 3. So, I mean, like I said in my review, it's to be expected. A 3.5-year-old game is going to have some bugs and glitches and all this other stuff at the beginning of the game. But for a game that's been in development for 8 years, I'm going back to it. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. 8 years, 3, 4 delays, and a lot of people are saying, oh well, people wanted you to release the game, so this is their problem for you wanting to release the game. And I've said it before on their Twitter page or somewhere else. I'm pretty sure it was on Twitter. After they announced that they're doing another delay, I replied back, I said, I would rather you do as many delays as you want and to release a complete game. Now, what happened? They released a game that wasn't complete, and they pulled an EA. So, and I've seen some graphical glitches in some people's games, and they're comparing when they first see Keanu Reeves in the game, and I'm just looking at a picture here where it looks like how it started, how it's going. It's Keanu Reeves in the cinematic trailer, and it literally looks like Rob Zombie when you start talking to him in the apartment after, yeah. Um, but it's just kind of it's a little insane to see someone as, I guess, prominent as Elon Musk kind of siding with CD Projekt Red. I don't know if he's maybe doing that to see if, like, in the DLC patch, like, part of his company will be in an update or something like that, either with Tesla, SpaceX, um or something like that. Maybe the new truck that they're trying to do. But yeah, it's just and then I've seen another post someone made of how a 2008 game has better AI and better running graphics than a 2020 game, and they're comparing it to Grand Theft Auto 4 and CyberPunk 2077. It is very true. From the videos I've seen, the AI acts very weird. Like they all act at the same time. It's all the same reaction. I saw a GIF of people, GIF or GIF, however you say it, of I think the protagonist like shot in the middle of in traffic, and everyone got out of the car at the same time, and all of them crouched at the same time. And I thought that was pretty funny. Um, a lot of people are, siding with CD Projekt Red, and they're, trying to, be on their side and all this other stuff. But that's, I'm not trying to be like super negative or anything, but I mean, a lot of there's been people who are siding with me saying, it's an 8-year game. There's 3 to 4 delays. You basically hyped it up too much. You gave us too many expectations, and you didn't deliver them. So we're gonna, kind of shit on the game a little bit because you didn't allow people who played the game before to use their gameplay because it wasn't complete gameplay, and you gave them B-roll footage. So there's a lot of like controversy going on and all this other stuff, and I think it was Belluar Gaming, if I'm saying that right, who said that as soon as um, the game came out and like a couple days after, their stock in Poland went down, which I was talking about on my stream on Twitch. I was comparing stock prices to with a lot of gaming companies like Take Two, EA, Activision Blizzard, kind of the big three. So Ubisoft was. I also looked at Ubisoft, and they're only at like $60 or $80 or something like that. So, and when I looked at when I looked at it on the stream, CD Projekt Red's stock price was around like 27, $28. So I don't know if it's just like they were trying to cater to not only the fans but also to the shareholders, to because maybe they were getting sick of delays and all this other stuff. But I mean, I've also said this before. If I want game companies to have the game at about 80 to 95% complete before they even announce the game. If they do that, then they only have very minimal things to work on before they release the game. So then it's going to be a complete game. There's going to be very, very, very small amount of bugs and glitches and all this other stuff. It's like, and then you can have, an alpha and a beta, and have them sign an NDA, whoever participates in that. So it doesn't make it, I understand, marketing wise, why they announce a game so early, because they want to get the hype going, and they want to get the hype going for either a year or 2 years or 3 years. And then when it releases, then everyone who's pre-ordered it or wants it, who's interested in it, goes out and gets it because they've seen all these, seen all the hype footage, all the CGI footage, the maybe gameplay footage, even though I don't know. But where's the Halo gameplay footage? Where's the Halo Infinite gameplay footage? That took a little bit, but we finally got some. But yeah, this is just it's been rough for CG Projekt Red, and there's a lot of people who are siding with them. I'm not one of those people though, and I'm not trying to be super negative. I'm just a passionate gamer, and a lot of people were expecting a lot from this game, with the delays, with how long it took to develop, with the innovation that they were putting in, with everything that they were changing. They said it themselves. It's going to be the benchmark of gaming, and it it's not. I mean, if they waited a year and then released it, then it probably would have been the benchmark of gaming. But then again, I don't know. Maybe they could have been working on very little things and not the major things. I don't know how the company works. I can't speak for the company. Obviously, I'm just a consumer. But this is my update on Cyberpunk 2077. Like I've said before in my last review, I would say don't buy it right now because um, they're gonna do two big patches. They're gonna do one big patch in January and another big patch in February. So if you want to buy after that, I would recommend it. I would say even wait till um, probably summer or next holiday season because it'll probably be around $20 off around both times. And then if you want to even wait 2 years, it might even be cheaper. But that's up to you whether you want to wait or whether you want to jump into it and see what all the hype's about or all the negativity is about. But hope you all have a great day. Thank you for watching.